This is the stoichiometry of magnesium oxide lab, and this is just the procedure today. The first thing, of course, you're going to do is you're going to put on your goggles. Then you're going to cut a 7-centimeter strip of magnesium. And you can find a ruler and scissors up front. It needs to be at least 7 centimeters. Any less than that, you'll have some trouble with the massing of it. After you cut the magnesium ribbon, you're going to wrap it into a coil. The coil needs to be tight enough to fit into the bottom of the crucible, but not so tight that it's one small chunk. It might be hard to do with your fingertips, so some teachers recommend that you use an end of a pencil or a pen to help wrap it into that coil. You need to make sure that every surface of the magnesium ribbon is open to the air during the heating so that it will burn relatively quickly in the reaction. Once you've coiled it up, you're going to need to get a clean, dry crucible, and you're going to mass the crucible and its lid. Once you have the mass, then you're going to put in the magnesium ribbon in the bottom of the crucible. And you can see it's laying flat on the bottom of the crucible. Now you'd get the mass again. So now you have the mass of the magnesium, the crucible, and the lid. Record that on your paper. And then you will need to determine and calculate the mass of just the magnesium. Now place the crucible in the clay triangle on top of the ring stand. When you begin heating, you're going to need to heat with the lid on. Gently heat it slowly by moving the flame around underneath the crucible. If there's a lot of smoke, you need to take the crucible out. After about 4 minutes of the direct heating, you're going to need to remove the lid slightly and then heat the crucible to redness for another 4 minutes. Finally, you're going to need to remove that lid entirely so there's no smoke at all coming off, and you're going to heat it strongly for the remaining 4 minutes. After that, remove the crucible from the fire, turn off the Bunsen burner, and now you're going to need to put the lid back on the crucible. It should not be exposed to the air, as water might be absorbed from the air. Then let it cool. It should be cooled to the touch. Should be approximately 4 to 5 minutes. Finally, after it's cooled, you're going to place the crucible onto the scale and get the mass of the crucible, lid, and your magnesium oxide. You're going to repeat the heating 2 more times without the lid. Heating strongly for 4 minutes with the lid off, putting the lid back on, and cooling. At the very end, after all 3 heatings, record the mass of the crucible, lid, and magnesium oxide.